After our code sends the email, it uses an HTTP header to redirect to the thank you page. Right now, that's at contactthanks.php. We need instead to direct back to this page itself, contact.php, but we need somehow to let the server know to display the thank you message instead of the form. We can accomplish that by adding a string at the end of the web address. After the file name, type a question mark and a variable with any name. Let's call it status. We'll use an equal sign and then specify a value of thanks.
Variables added to the web address in this manner get sent to the server along with the request for the web page. They are available in a special PHP variable called _get. This variable works just like the _post and _server variables we've already looked at. The element we want to check here is status, the same name we gave it in the web address. We can use this value in a conditional to check whether we should show the form or the thank you message.
Scroll down past the code that gets executed when the request method is post. The page variables are set, the header is included, and the headline is displayed. We can leave all that the same whether we show the form or the thank you message. But below that, the code will be different. We can write a conditional here that checks the value of the get variable status. If it has a value of thanks, then we'll display our message from contactthanks.php. That's all we need from that other file, so we can go ahead and remove that.
When we show the thank you message, we don't need to show the form. We only need to show one or the other, not both. To accomplish this, we can add an else statement to our conditional. If the check in our conditional is true, then it executes the code in the if block. If it's not true, then it executes the code in the else block.
Let's put our form in the else block for this conditional. Let's indent our code to make it a little easier to see that it's inside the else block. We end the else block with a closing curly bracket. Let's scroll back up and review. Our code checks if the status variable has a value of thanks, and if so, it outputs this thank you message. Otherwise, it executes this block of code that displays the form. One last thing we should do in this conditional. We're currently checking the value of the get variable status here, but if that variable doesn't exist at all, then this conditional would generate a notice that might be visible in the browser. We should first check whether or not the variable exists using PHP's isSet function. This conditional will first check if getStatus exists, and then it will check if it has a value of thanks. Let's take a look at the whole process in the browser. Visiting contact.php still displays the form. I'll fill out the form and click Send. When I do that, the form posts to contact.php, which processes the information from the form and then redirects to contact.php with a get variable added. With this variable in place, the page displays the thank you message instead of the form.
We still need to send the email, which we'll do a little later on, but we have everything else in place to handle information submitted through our contact form. Don't you feel powerful? You should. Go ahead and unleash some of that power on a quiz next, and then we'll tackle the page in our store that lists all the shirts.